How do you nurture a pitcher so sought after by both the MLB Dodgers and Japan's SoftBank Hawks that he warrants a staggering 3-year, $1.5 billion contract, yet simultaneously protect him from the devastating potential hidden within his own arm? This isn't just about throwing a fastball. This is about a revolutionary, often painful process of control, failure, and resurrection, managed by a coach who faced the public's constant venom. That controversial figure is Wei Chuan Dragon's manager Ye Chuan-chang, and the story of his stewardship over Hsu Jo-Hsi is a masterclass in calculated risk, a journey that reveals the extraordinary price of cultivating genius. That is exactly what 604 News Now will uncover with you right now, diving deep into the methods that forge Taiwan's new ace. The foundation of this story lies in a moment of shared audacity, the 2019 CPBL draft. Hsu Jo-Hsi, fresh out of high school, had already clocked a blazing 153 kilometers per hour, securing MVP titles along the way. Yet he slipped. The league knew his secret. Early in his career at Pingjian High School, elbow cartilage damage required surgery, creating a massive, terrifying question mark over his durability. He was picked 1-6, the very last selection of the first round. Manager Yeh was stunned, not by the selection, but by the fact that other teams let him fall. "I went to Pingjian twice, watching him throw bullpen sessions, and I exchanged notes with a foreign scout," Yeh recalled. "The consensus was clear. The history of injury is irrelevant if the future potential is astronomical. We weren't evaluating his current output. We were evaluating the capability of the organization to handle the unique challenges he presented." The risk was immediate. Just 6 months after signing, Hsu was back under the knife to remove a bone spur. The skeptics felt validated. This was exactly what they warned of. But what they missed was that this second surgery, far from being a setback, was the moment Hsu Jo-Hsi began to transform. When he returned in 2020 for the minor league finals, the results were astonishing. In one game, Hsu Jo unleashed 42 fastballs out of 53 pitches, with the gun hitting 157 kilometers per hour. His velocity had surged post-injury. Hsu himself admitted he didn't know how he did it, attributing it only to daily training and subtle mechanical adjustments guided by Yeh and scientific analysis. This meteoric rise immediately created Yeh's central, agonizing dilemma. How do you keep a Ferrari engine from tearing apart its own chassis? Hsu's 2021 Major League debut was legendary. 3.2 innings, 11 strikeouts, every out taken via the punch-out. The media frenzy was intense. Yeh felt the pressure. "After that debut against the brothers, my heart sank, but not with worry about the competition. I knew he was operating at a level far above this league," Yeh confessed. But his body was not ready for that output. The velocity was too high for his current strength. This internal conflict gave birth to the infamous Hsu Jo-Hsi protection plan. Throughout his rookie year, Yeh strictly limited his pitch count, never letting him touch 100 pitches or even 90. He was shut down after just 81 innings, far short of the planned 100. This policy drew public fury. Commentators screamed on online forums, "Why pull him? Let him chase the win. You're stifling his momentum." Many argued this extreme protection was overzealous, potentially hindering his development into a true workhorse. This argument, however, fundamentally misunderstands Yeh's visionary calculus. Many would call the eventual need for Tommy John surgery in 2022 a catastrophic failure of the protection plan. If you limit him to 80 innings and he still blows out the UCL, what was the point? The critics argued. But this is the sharp refutation. The injury was likely inevitable, pre-programmed into his mechanics and high-torque delivery. Yeh's protection wasn't designed to prevent the injury. It was designed to maximize his velocity potential before the inevitable structural failure, ensuring that the necessary surgery was performed at his athletic peak, not his nadir. Yeh immediately took the blame, telling the media,
My protection plan was clearly insufficient. I must examine myself. But quickly, he reframed the crisis for his prodigy. This is not a dead end. This is a reset button.
Look at the data. So many pitchers returned stronger after TJ. The emotional connection forged during Hsu's arduous recovery is the deepest part of this story. For a long period after the surgery, Hsu struggled profoundly. "I couldn't find that feeling of effort anymore. My arm felt hollow," he admitted to Yeh. Recognizing that clinical coaching was insufficient, Yeh abandoned his managerial distance. He started a habit that lasted for months, throwing with Hsu every single day he could.
This was not a general manager overseeing a player. This was a father figure guiding his struggling son. The recovery culminated dramatically in the 2023 Taiwan series. With the Dragons facing elimination in Game 6, Yeh handed the ball to a recently returned Hsu. In the most high-stakes game of his career, Hsu delivered 7 masterful shutout innings on just 78 pitches, dominating the Rakuten Monkeys and swinging the momentum toward the Dragons' eventual championship.
Watching him walk off the mound, tears welling in his eyes, Yeh said he felt a release of years of tension. "I wanted to cry myself, not just because of the performance, but because of the sheer difficulty of the road he traveled." But here is the final, unexpected plot twist. Even after the championship heroics and the subsequent monster pitcher status earned at the Asian Baseball Championship, Yeh still felt a lingering fear. Despite the TJ surgery's success, he still saw flaws that could lead to a third catastrophic injury. This led to the off-season trip to Japan's Oryx Buffaloes, specifically seeking out pitching coach Seiichiro Nakagaki, a man known for cultivating durable starters. "I wanted to expose Hsu Jo-Hsi to different philosophies because I realized my protective vision was also becoming a cage," Yeh explained. The biggest twist wasn't the TJ surgery, it was Yeh's conscious decision in 2025 to finally let go. "I had been treating him like a boy who needed his father to catch him," Yeh reflected, "but I realized that he has already grown up. He can fly freely now." In his final CPBL season before heading to SoftBank, Yeh significantly eased the restrictions, allowing Hsu 2 starts over 100 pitches, a decision unthinkable just 2 years prior. Hsu responded by posting an elite ERA+ of 168. Hsu Jo-Hsi has achieved his goal, not by avoiding failure, but by confronting it under the watchful, controversial, and ultimately liberating guidance of Manager Yeh. The final word from the architect to his pupil, as Hsu prepares for his massive contract in Japan and his ultimate goal of the MLB. When you hit difficulty, don't think, "Why me? Why has this happened?" Think, "Excellent, I have this problem now, and I will solve it." Use that attitude to walk every single step forward. If this deep dive into the philosophy of baseball management and the cultivation of a generational talent excited you as much as it did us, make sure to like this video, share it with your fellow baseball fanatics, and subscribe to the 604 News Now channel for more unparalleled insights into the world of sports. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you believe Manager Yeh's strategy, despite the TJ surgery, will be viewed historically as the definitive blueprint for managing high-velocity youth talent, or was the injury an avoidable failure? Let us know your perspective in the comments below.